All right, so let's get started on this. So remember in the past few months, we've been doing um, lots of decorating of papers, right? So what do you do with all these papers, right? You kind of, so what I do is I categorize them into sections. Like this is my momigami textured paper, and I'm going to show you my joy clusters, which are, I called them love clusters the other day. And now that they're Christmas themed, I'm going to do what I call joy clusters. And I'm going to show you how I made them. I did post it on Instagram, and a lot of people said, "Oh, you got to do a video." Well, I'm going to do it with you because I had found originally, and I'm going to show you real quick. These were from Japanese papers that Phoebe sent me that we're considering bringing into Yasutomo's line. And I started making these little leaves, basically the watercolor leaves with these little textured little clusters. And I'm going to show you how I did these, except I'm going to do it with a Christmas theme, a holiday theme. And actually I use those for gift toppers. And I'm going to show you that. So there's a lot to get going here. So I'm going to just set this to the side just a little. So here's the little cluster right on the package, one of the packages. And my plan today was going to be gift wrapping kind of like the Japanese way, which is like the way they do it without tape. And I'm not really good at it. I mean, I guess we have to know what our strengths are, right? I tried and I failed, and I just said no. I'm just going to concentrate on the just embellishing and making a gift really special. I mean, the packaging is more precious than the inside, and sometimes, and so I'll be making these today, and I'm going to also make these. I'm going to show you how I made these little gift bags because they're so handy when you have something really small in there. And I use the little focal points. But you know, Phoebe, if you remember this little thing you sent as a sample, it's a little brush rest.
Yes,
I'm
love
going
it.
to give it to myself for Christmas. And
Oh, that's
there it
so
is. I've got
cute.
this really cool bag. So let's say you have, and here's another one I have to show you because these are things that we're going to bring in, most hopefully bring in to Yasutomo, but this is another brush rest. I think it's so precious. It looks like it's a little glass rock thing with it looks like washi tape, but it's really glass. It's so pretty. So what I did was I made the gift bag, and I'll show you how I did it today. And I used if you remember our tissue paper decorating day, I went ahead and just did it. How easy is that? And how precious to give to someone or to yourself, right? So I'm going to show you how I did those. And I'm going to show you how I did these little clusters. Aren't they adorable? Look, I mean, these are just to give for maybe inside a Christmas card, or if you want to do it for New Year's, because I know it's getting late to send stuff, but maybe for people that you see on the street, just to give maybe at the grocery store. Hey, you want to wish somebody well, or you can put it on a package like that. So you can use it as a gift tag or a package embellishment. And then what else would I want to show you? Okay, so I've been busy. I even made, okay, gonna make sure I tell you what this is. This is 6JM. I made a little bow, one of those traditional bows out of the gel printed paper. And if you remember, this is some paper I created out of the 6JM. And then I also created, this is for my cat. I created a little gift tag today with watercolor, and I did a little to Jude. So this, I'm going to show you how I do these today. And then I wanted to show you how busy I've been. I've got like all these little angels that if you remember, I did a video on these, and the little Santa out of our origami paper assortment. But these are the little embellishments that I want to these are the little focal points I want you to see because they're so fun, and you can just put a little pile of your gift tag, ephemera or whatever you want to call these. I did these, and I'm going to share with you. This is some new paper that we're working on. It's a double-sided origami paper that we'll be coming out with probably in a few months. But you can use the papers that we already have, like the collage papers, and you can create these little angels. This one's a 3-inch, so you can get two angels out of one sheet of paper with the 3-inch, and it's such a perfect size for a gift tag. So these are those. And then I wanted to share too that have discovered this company called Collage Soup. And I know this is one of those things that it's not a Yasutomo thing, but I wanted to show you how wonderful the Collage Soup papers are really great for doing Christmassy things or origami. And then all my leaves. So I have all these like in my bowl, and I'm gonna just keep decorating and making little embellishments and things. But I'm going to show you how I did these next. So I've got these little gift tags that I've been making, and they're really super easy. So you can see I've got the watercolor, and I'm using pretty intense metallics, and I have to share with you, they're not going to be the Yasutomo metallics, but that's okay. You can use the Yasutomo metallics, or you can use whatever you've got in your stash if you have anything metallic, because it really adds to that beautiful shine, or holiday kind of thing. And this one here was done with stickles, which is that glue, that sticky glue, that it's like a glitter glue that Ranger makes. And I put that over the watercolor, and I think that looks really cool. And these, I'm going to share with you how I made these. These are little snowflake tags, and then you can actually write on the back as a gift tag. So there we go. Now, first thing I'm going to show you is the gift tags, and that are made just like the simple gift tags. I'm going to do a quick demo. Let's see, you can use hot press or the cold. I'm going to use the hot right now. And the way I did these really simply, it's really, really not hard. If I have to find the tape that I used, oh, there it is. So I'm using some washi tape, and this is really thin 1/4 inch washi tape, but you can use a 1/4 inch masking tape, whatever you got. Oh, if I can get this, get it started. And if anybody has any questions, I won't be able to see whoever's here. So hello to whoever's here. Hello, Merry Christmas coming up. Can't believe it. It's in a few days. And I hope that you're all doing well. Okay, so I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to maybe do I'm just going to kind of copy what I just did here, because I want you to see, you can kind of make text line. You can make 2 lines for text, or 1. And this is a little gift. So what I did with this one is I just did a little crisscross, almost out of this stuff. There we go. And I just made like a crisscross thing. Oh, that's an interesting idea. All right, there. You can do that. You can put that all over your um, paper. So this is the paper, and I'm going to take it off the block because it doesn't need to be on the block. And then I'm just going to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't wreck it. And I'm going to take some watercolors and a little bit of water. I'm going to show you these paints because, you know, this is something I love this series. I'm going to show you this. Look how gorgeous that is for Christmas. It's called the Mirror series, MAB watercolors. I had to share with you. It kind of adds, what's really neat is it really is amazing with this set here. I just love what happens. It gives this set that shimmer and glimmer, but it doesn't take away from the color, the actual colors that are in here. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to start just playing a little bit. I'm using the Fusion number 5. I'm going to be bold. I'm just going to use the 5. I'm going to start with the Prussian blue. I kind of like blues lately. And I'm going to do like a 2 gift. I'm just going to do this. All I do, simple, right, is just take my paint and make a little rectangle. And it can be as long as you want, or as, wide as you want, big, just depends on what you want. But just kind of a wash of color. And I love these Fusion brushes because they really give you control and enough water, but not too much water. This is kind of a thing with watercolor. Water control in a brush that's, sometimes water control can be tricky. Let's just say that, because you can load your brush with too much water and you can create puddles, big old puddles and back runs and bleeds. And the Fusion brush really allows me to not have that issue. And I'm going to grab a Kleenex, because speaking of water control, the way you can kind of control that is just kind of dab your brush with a little tissue, and that will give you that little more control. And then just to add a little glimmer, because I just love this stuff. But I think the Niji watercolors would be fun too. I will probably get those out. I should get them out, right, Phoebe? I've got some somewhere. And they're beautiful too because they're pigmented, and you can even do those with the Niji and just have only that. You don't even need to use the base watercolor. So I just put a little color down, and then I might make oh, I don't know, I can make a tree, but I love these little tags. I think I might do a little tree. I'm going to do Hooker's Green, which is this one, I think. Oh, there it is. That's Hooker's Green. And I'm going to make like a little tree because I want it just to, so the way I do that is I just do like a little tree shape. It can be really wonky. It doesn't have to be perfect. And just kind of do like, have it go down like this. Okay, there, simple, simple, right? Nothing hard. It can be, the more wonky, the better, I think, the more fun they are. And I'm going to put a little sparkle also in that and just drop it in. But you can see how it's just fun just to add that little sparkle. You can always do some things afterwards too. Now this one is a really simple one. I'm going to take this, I'm going to use the red, the cadmium red hue. It's always good to clean out. I probably should clean my brush out better. If you go from a green to a red, be sure to clean your brush out because you will get mud, most likely. So now I'm going to take this one and I'm going to make a little square, just like a little wonky square. Doesn't even have to be perfect, like so. That can make a cute little present. And I might even add a little rose madder color. I love that color. And I think, why not some, let's see, I have got some other glittery stuff because I just love glitter paints. And I've got this pink color that I don't even know what brand it is. It doesn't matter. It's just handmade colors, I think, from somebody that I bought off of, and I think Etsy or something. I just kind of throw in those, and it really does. What's amazing is that I love the pigmented colors in the Niji set, along with these fun sparkle colors. So I've got a little present there, and then I'll do some circles, and I'll do maybe one in a, which I don't do a lot of warm colors, and I probably should. I think I'm going to try something fun. I'm going to try this purple colors. I'm going to do like a kind of a round shape and just kind of go around. And you could make your tag as big or as small as you want, depending on your gift size, maybe, or I suppose, yeah, a smaller one would be good for those small bags. I should make a small one while I'm here. So I'm going to make a small one. Let's see. I'm going to do for the bags, since I've got this, my paper for the bag is going to be this color. This is 6H that's been gel printed. So I'm going to use that. So I need something that's going to go with that. So I'm going to use the Hooker's Green, that beautiful green, and I'm going to do a little, just a little circle, not really big, but just small enough that's not going to overwhelm the bag because it is a small bag. Yeah, like that. And then I'm going to add, it's got some gold. So I'm going to add some gold in that. I'm just going to grab my little set here. And there's a lot of brands out there. There's a lot of these brands of water, individual handmade watercolors are just so pretty. That looks really good. I think that'll look really nice. Oh, I might even add a little indigo just to kind of deepen it. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. Now that's gonna take a while to dry. So I'm gonna have to let that maybe soak it up a little so it doesn't take an hour to dry. Of course, I am in the desert. And then I'm gonna do one last one for maybe here. I'll do maybe the same thing, a little Hooker's Green. I'm gonna make kind of a, just a little sort of cube. Same thing. I want to center it within the little tape lines like that. And then I could just add a little indigo. I love that color. Oh, beautiful. And then some glitter. I've got to add that. This is like, got to throw that in too. There we go. So I'm gonna let those dry. So that's basically, you let them dry, and then when you dry them, you peel off the tape and then you just do your writing or stamping over it. So that's how they look. Okay, so there we go. That's that one. And then, oops, gotta let that dry somewhere. Put it right away. And then I'm going to show you the other thing. So I have a little trick. It's kind of a little hack that I want you to know about. Let's say this is the Fusion #1 brush, and I'm also going to bring in uh, some Frisket, liquid Frisket, whatever brand you have. I have, this is Schminky, but you can use whatever brand. And I'm going to, I've already done it. It's already dry, but I'm going to do some on, maybe on this one here, on this piece here. So these are already dry, but I want to tell you a little, I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. But there's liquid Frisket on that have been done in patterns. But let me explain something on this. So if you have a brush that you like and you don't want to ruin it with the Frisket, what I do first is I have a little soap here, just a little bar soap. And this is a good way to clean your brushes, by the way, after, especially natural hair brushes. You can just, after you've worked with them, really clean them out, get all the color out, and then just kind of take your brush and just kind of put that soap on it like that. Okay, so now that that soap is on there, you could let it dry like that. There's a little hair there. Okay, so that soap is on there, and it's going to protect my brush when I dip it into this. And it's easy to clean afterwards. So I'm just going to kind of get rid of that extra water, but I've got some soap on there. That's going to protect my brush. And usually I let it dry, but this time I'm not letting it dry. I'm going to just do it. So the way I do this is just simple. I like this bottle because you can just dip right in, even though you don't want to leave it open too long. But I just make lines like this. I just go one line and I dip it again, make another line cross. You don't see it probably, sorry. Another line and another line. Boom, like that. Simple, right? And I'm going to leave it that way. And you can make little dots for your little icicles, but I'm not going to cover that too much because you probably can't see that. Nope, I don't think there he goes. You can probably see that. Okay, then now that you've been working with this and you've got this, rubber cement stuff in it, glue, it's like a rubber. You can take it and now rinse it out and it's going to be completely clean and you have the soap in there and it's completely out. So just is a hack to save your brushes so that you can use Frisket because I avoided it a lot because it was of that, because it did, it did that. It ruined my brush. So I'm going to go back to these and these are the ones I did earlier. And I'm going to take some Prussian blue. This is where it looks really cool. I've let the frisket dry completely. And all I'm going to do is make a circle. I just love the way that looks. I should probably zoom in a little bit. Let me just grab my camera and bring it down just a little bit. And you can see how that looks. Isn't that gorgeous? So now I've got that color. And then I'm going to use some indigo. Maybe Payne's Gray. I haven't used that in a while. It's a nice color. It's not black, but it's a muted color. I'm going to go around that and just kind of make a wonky, just to cover or to, kind of go to the edge of the little snowflake tips like that. That's all it needs, right? That's it. I can maybe go a little farther out. I love that. Just like that. I'm gonna leave it like that. Or I can add glitter, but I'm gonna do the glitter one next. So I like the blue. I think it's pretty, so I'll go phthalo blue this time. And I'll do a little center of phthalo, which is very brilliant color. And then I'm going to take some Prussian blue and I'm going to go another layer right outside like this. And it could be nice and wet. It will dry eventually. And you'll get this really beautiful, beautiful, super beautiful contrasty snowflake. And it doesn't have to be perfectly round. In fact, the wonkier, the better. Sometimes I strive for perfection, and it never happens. All right. And the more you strive for it, it seems like it just doesn't work. So I'm going to throw a little bit of the glitter in this one just for fun. Lots of glitter in that one. And then this one, I think I'll go a little paler, just a little more gentle, like ultramarine blue, this softer color, just to see how beautiful, just a soft look would look rather than over saturating it. And it brings out beautifully. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of which one? I think, this one is asking for a little indigo right in the center. I'm going to let it kind of bleed out a little bit like that. I love that. Okay, that's cool, just like that. Now, if I want to add some glitter, why not? I'm going to put some in there right on the edges of these just to see how that looks. Now, this one I went a little different. I decided, okay, instead of snowflakes, what else can I do? So I'm going to take some turquoise, which is beautiful color. I'm just going to kind of make a, color right over whatever that shape is, like that. And then I'm going to add maybe, why not some violet? Let's just see. Put some violet in there. So it doesn't have to be Christmas colors or it can be any kind of holiday color, or you can make it just fun like that. I love that. And then this one, I'm going to do a tree shape because I've kind of made a sort of it's kind of hard to see it. You'll see it when I bring it out. But this one, I'm going to do a tree, like just a simple kind of pine tree kind of shape. And I made a little swirly. I just drew it in there, really simple. And it's kind of fun. Just have a session of watercolors just as a way to kind of start your creative session. But then, you can come back and do your wrapping afterwards. Anyway, I'm just going to kind of make it look like more random. There we go, like that. I like that. Can add a little gold to that just for fun. I just found some gold. Ooh, yes. Okay. This last one, same thing. Hooker's green. And this one, I'm just going to do a quick, almost like a triangle. Excuse me, I'm going to have to mute myself for a sec. You don't want to hear me cough. All right, I think I'm okay. This is what happens when I talk too much. Okay, so I don't want to get too close to the one there. And I'm just going to go down to this place until I am kind of covering the whatever that's called, the frisket. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to take a Prussian blue. I love that color. And there, that's my tree. I might add some things to it later, but I'll let those dry. And then the next thing that you do is all you need to do when you do this is you just take well, rub off the thing. When it dries, you're going to feel, that you got to rub this stuff off, and it comes off pretty easily. This one I like. It's called Schmink. I'm just going to rub it off the camera because it's getting all over my table. But when you're done, you just cut it out. And then you can punch a hole at the top. And now you have a little gift tag. So you don't need to buy those ones in the stores. Who wants that, right? Well, maybe people do. I don't want to judge anybody for buying their gift tags at the store. That's okay. But if you want to make them, hey, you can make them. I think they're just so cute. Okay, so that's that one. I'm going to pull this up back a little bit. How's everybody doing? How, Phoebe? Are we doing okay?
Doing okay, yes.
Good.
Those are so
Anybody have any questions? Well, because I'm going to show you the gift bag now, because I think I showed you everything about these. So like if you punch a hole, you string, it's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to set those aside, let those dry. Hopefully I
well,
can
can
use
you
one of them.
explain a little bit more? Is Frisket like masking fluid? It kind of
It
looks
is
like it.
masking fluid, yes. So you can use
Oh,
any brand. This one they call Frisket, but yes, liquid Frisket, but it's the same thing. Drawing gum, sometimes they call it, or masking fluid. Absolutely, all three are the same. I think I would have gotten the one with color on it. I should have, so I could see what I'm drawing. But in a way, it's kind of fun to just be random and it loosens you up a little if you don't see what you're doing. It's kind of a secret writing kind of thing. I just love the way these turned out. So there is that. Okay, we'll set those aside. Can't wait to play with those later. And same with this one. Oh, just so you know, all I did is I just took my little detail master pigment liner and I drew a little bow and like made a little line thing, super easy. And then these, of course, and I think I'm gonna use this one on that bag. So I have the I just realized this one's gonna go really nice with that bag. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get it ready because don't you? I mean, that's kind of how I work when I design things. I kind of look, I just want things to work together. So I just kind of look for coordinating colors, or if I don't have it, I create the colors that will go with the paper, the base paper that I'm using. So I'm going to do this. This is my little gift. It's going to be the front of the bag. So it's ready to go. Ready? There it is. Okay, so let's do the bag. Now I did this bag, I don't know, probably on Carol Duvall show so many, many moons ago, a lifetime ago. Let me go ahead and move this over here. I'm going to get this out of the way because we do not want colors. When you switch to origami, you really want your paints and stuff out of the way. You just don't want glue and paint and all that stuff. Okay, so here we got a nice table. And I've got this really pretty little thing that's going to go with that. I'm going to fold the bag. Now, since I don't remember, I don't have a video up of this. I didn't see a video of this. This is actually from a book that I bought in Japan, and I'm sure that there are diagrams somewhere, but I had to remember how to make it years ago. This is probably 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I photographed each step. So like if you're someone who, has you want to learn how to do something or you want to remember, shoot each step with your iPhone if you have, that, and then just put them on a page and then you have a diagram. You don't have to be a drawer. You don't have to draw your diagrams. So, okay, so I'm going to start and I'm using that as a reference. And I don't have, this is the only copy I have. If I had a copy, I'd send everybody one. But pay attention to this, or if you can't do it with me, that's fine, because I won't go that slow. I want to kind of move, quickly. Um, but you can watch this video and, time stamp it and then come back to it. So what you want to do is you're going to start, as I remember, I'm going to start with the color side down or the pattern side down. And this is the washi paper. It feels really nice. And I'm going to fold it in half corner to corner like that. And I'm going to fold it, but I'm not going to fold it. I'm just going to make like as if I'm folding it to the other side, but I'm just going to pinch to mark the center. Okay, and I'm going to open it. And then I'm going to take these corners, and if you can see that center pinch that I just made, I'm going to take that point to that pinch, and I'm going to pinch again, just to make a mark. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I have this pinch, as you can see, a little pinch mark. And then I'm going to fold this over to that center pinch, and then pinch, I think. Make sure I'm doing this right. No, I don't need to do that. Oh, gosh. Okay, so I didn't know I don't need to do that. All right, so got to pay attention, Karen. All right, so now I'm going to take that pinch that the last one I made. I'm going to fold this corner, and it doesn't matter which side you start on. I'm going to fold that and I'm going to line it up so that's lined up with the crease that's there, and I'm going to just make a fold right here. Okay? I know this might seem confusing, but it's actually, it kind of came back to me. I haven't done it in 20 years, but I was like, oh, it came back to me. Now there's the pinch, the last pinch I made on this side. You can see it. I'm going to take this corner and I'm going to bring it over to that pinch. And I'm just lining it up with if you can see, I'm lining it up right here. And now I'm going to fold. Now what I've just done is I've created the sides of my bag. If you can see, this is this side, okay? This is that. Shows you the dimension, basically. Okay, next step. This is what I love about this. Now I'm going to fold this all back together like that. Just fold it like that. And then I'm going to make a hem at the bottom. And this will determine the weight or the width of the bottom of the bag. You can see, you can change the width by the fold you make. So I made a thinner one and a thicker one. I kind of like the thicker one. But you can decide on that. This is where you make that decision right now. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to make a kind of a thickish one. And I'm folding it, that's about an inch. So it would make basically, it's what you will do is if whatever you fold at the bottom, it's going to be double. So the base will be twice this width here. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. And then I'm just going to crease right like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take this
Quick
and I'm going to just
question
fold
from
it
June.
along. Yes.
Do you remember, or do you have dimensions even roughly of the square of your paper?
Oh, I'm sure. Yes, absolutely. This one, good one. You can do it with any square. So this one, though, so you'll know, let me just tell you because I forgot. It's an 8-inch square. So this one is an 8-inch square. I've done them out of 6-inch squares. They're cute, even smaller and cuter. But yeah, this is an 8-inch square. But you can
Thank
do them out of the
you.
origami paper just as well, and they make adorable bags. So, and then big, you can go 12-inch. You can go even larger. Any size square. So now I'm going to take these and this is just going to be folded up, kind of like this edge is going to meet this corner here. And I hope some of my ladies here that we get together on Friday, used to get together every Friday. This is for you because I'm feeling like I'm folding with if Wanda's here, Melinda, if Beth is here, I don't know who's here, I can't see, but I'm hoping, and Julie, I hope my folding friends are here, but whoever's here, I'm just glad you're here. Okay, so now I've got this. All right, so it looks kind of like, it looks pretty cool just like that, doesn't it? So I'm going to open it up. And what I have is a little, like it looks like an M. See this, like a little zigzag thing? I'm going to fold this tip goes to the closest point to that tip. I'm going to fold it to it right here. Okay. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to flip this over. Flip it over and make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, and then I'm going to fold this point to this tip. And if you can see it right there, I'm going to fold it right to that tip. Yeah, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to pinch it like this. And then kind of along, so you could basically have pinched this together. And I'm going to just fold it down. And then along the crease that's already there, I'm just going to fold that up. It's almost a bag, I promise. So now what I'm going to do, and you can see, I'm going to just kind of reverse these folds. It makes the next job easier. I'm not creating a new crease. I'm just reversing what's already there. Just kind of to help. You can make it go both ways. You know, this will help you construct your bag. Okay. Now, ooh, exciting parts. So I'm going to just fold these up because I need to do one more thing to kind of get the top of the bag, determine the top. So I folded these edges up like this, and now I've got this. I'm going to fold it down along. As far as it'll go, I'm just going to fold that down, and I'm going to do the same on this side. Just match what's on the other side. Okay, everything is now ready to assemble. The bag is ready to become a bag. So I have to kind of open it up. And this right here, this rectangle is going to be the bottom of the bag. And now what I'm going to do, and what I love about this paper, it's much stronger than like origami paper or any paper. It's going to withstand this folding and this creasing, and it just practically puts together itself. It's crazy. So what I have is, if you look, I'm going to collapse. I'm just going to kind of do this on all of these. I want these to be mountain folds, these little corners right here. They have to be mountain folds. Just want to make sure. Yep, they will work. And I want to make sure this one's this way. Okay. So here I am ready to assemble. So I'm going to take these sides and I'm going to bring them up kind of like this. And I'm going to just drop this down. And I'm going to drop this one down. And it's kind of, you can see what I'm doing is I'm just collapsing it. It looks like a box. You can see these little corners line up really nice. And I'm going to just drop that down. That's one side of the bag. And usually what I do is I will put a little glue just to keep it from flying open. I usually just use a glue stick because it won't wrinkle the paper. Oh, there goes that, rolling everywhere. I'm going to just do this and I'm going to fold that down. That will hold it, keep it secure. Now this is the next step, is just to take those sides. You can see push those inward, reverse the fold if you need to, just to get those popped in, and then take it and I'm going to fold it down first and then I'll glue it. All right, here we go, like that. Just want to make sure it's looks good. Yep, and then I'm going to open it up and put that. I know I'm going fast, but I really wanted to get this so you have a full instruction, and then you can have that video later. And I think you can even download parts of the video. I don't know how that works, but I may do a video anyway on this. Okay, bag is done. All you need to do is get it ready for, isn't that cute? Oh, just so cute. So what I'm going to do now is I've got to make it, then you can even collapse it. If you need to store this, just so you know, you can actually store it flat like this. You can make a bunch of them and then just get to them later. And now you've got this. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to take a little hole punch. And I know we're going to go over because we were, late starting. So because I'm going to do the clusters next. So I'm just going to take a little hole punch, and you can hole punch wherever you want through the two. I just go through both just because I'm lazy and I want to do both, all four. It's a little uneven. Oh, well, nobody's going to notice. And then you put string through it, and then you can put your tissue, and you've got a really cute little gift bag. And then what I do is, while this is still together like this, I like to take a double-sided foam tape. Remember that stuff? We've been, good stuff. And I'm going to put it on the back and then take that off. And now I have a really cute gift bag, and I'll just add the string later. But there it is. Isn't that cute? All right, so that one's done. And then you put your tissue and you put your gift in, and whatever, a cookie or a candy or anything. I think it would be fun. So now let's go to the clusters, because those are my favorite thing. Favorite. Okay, so I'm going to grab my papers, Now, this was inspired by some Japanese textured momigami papers that Phoebe had sent me from Japan that we are thinking about bringing in little assortments. So, but I remembered as I was making the first clusters out of the paper she sent me, I thought, well, why not use some of my textured papers that I've been making all these months and months, right? Now, some of these haven't been turned into momigami yet. This is 6H. It's before I turned it into momigami. And here's how you turn it into momigami. You just wrinkle it, right? And you wrinkle it several times. And I'm not going to even put a treatment on it because it doesn't need, but for what I'm doing, I don't need to treat it. But that's how you would just, wrinkle it until you get it to the texture you like. And here's like, a piece here. So the way I do the clusters, simple, simple. I've got a stapler and I've got some glue. And I'm going to grab one of my little embellishments if I can find one. Let's see, how about, let's see. Well, where is one? Let's do this one. Ooh, so this is fun. As you grab one, you kind of grab something. There we go. I'm going to do a Christmassy one. So here's a little tree that I did earlier. Now, of course, the way I do this is I go, okay, what goes with that? Okay, the white will go with that. Yeah, I think a red would go with that. Blue, maybe not so much. Maybe some gold. I think some mummy gold. And you never know. I don't. We'll see. I'm just going to grab. So easy. These are not something you want to think a lot about. You just want to do this spontaneously, as much as you can. And there we go. That's it. I'm just going to take that. Ooh, so many choices. So, ooh, oh yeah. This one would be nice, but that's blue, so I'm not going to use that. You can use anything. You can even use like some paper, and I wanted to show this because it was in our Instagram, but I just took some of our fused usagami that I'd done some sumi ink, and then I just used stickles, the glitter glue, and just put glue on it. Now I've got this really gorgeous paper. I can't wait to make into something. Maybe I'll do it on that. We'll see. Okay. You can use your shibori or your fused tissues, anything. All right, so here we go. I'm going to keep it real simple. I'm going to cut this piece here because this one's kind of like the base piece right here. It could be the base, or I could make the gold a base. I'm going to do that. And I really don't care. I'm not trying to measure it perfectly. I'm just going to cut, and it's sort of like an ATC size, maybe, maybe not, but it's just a good size. Can be a tag. And then I'm just going to arrange, like I'm going to kind of decide how I want to do this. I'm going to make a little collage, like a little snippet of like, I don't want to think too much, just kind of spontaneous, maybe just tear it. Let's see, like that. Yes. And I'm going to put it right there. And then it can be off a little, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put a little white, maybe less of that showing. I'm going to cut a little bit and I'll cut it a little bit down like that. Easy peasy, right? I don't want it too hard. Like this is 3 pieces. I was doing only 3, but I'm going to add a fourth because it just looks like it's needing that. There we go. And it could be just simple as a simple, very, very Zen collage, very simple. And I'm thinking about what I'm going to do, where I'm going to end where I'll put the tree. I have no idea yet. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, there, it's got some gold in it. There we go. It looks good enough. Now I'll take the staple. Done. It's all done. And then what I do is so easy. To cover up the staple, I put the embellishment down. Isn't that easy? And then if you want to put it on the back, if you're not going to put this on a gift, then you put another little, so let's see where I want that. Over here, over here. I guess it's going to go over there because it has to cover that staple. And there, that is your cluster. So that's how I made those. Very simple, just a staple and a little quick glue. You can make like a bunch of them in a really short period of time, as long as you don't fuss too much about where, everything goes. But I love that. And then I want to make this a little, something where I want to just cover it up a little, or a gift tag. Let me just do that. I'm going to turn this into a gift tag. And the way I'll do that is I have to find it to match. It has to match. Well, that works. I will just stick this on the back, and then I have a gift tag, and it covers that staple. And it gives it some strength too. It gives your little cluster some meat, weight to it, and it feels so good in your hand, the little textured papers. And it's a good use of your momigami. You can also punch a hole at the top if you want it to be a hanging gift tag, which probably this one will have to be. So I would just take um, just a little thing like this and turn it into a gift tag. Simple, simple. And then what you could do just to really finish it off is put a little, do this. Just stick a little string through it. And now you have a gift tag that's totally unique. You didn't have to buy any tags. You just made it out of scraps of textured papers, or you can just layer and layer. There, I love that one. That's cute. Yeah, that was cute. So there you go. Aren't those fun? So that is my demo today. Does anyone have any questions? Because I got through it all.
That was amazing timing. It's only 3:03 or 3 minutes past the hour.
Oh my God. Was I quick or what? If anybody has anything, I know I went fast, but also save your scraps because you're going to need them when you're making your little clusters. I just put my little tiny scraps and I kind of stack them. And even sometimes I go, oh, I can make a new cluster out of that just by looking, and play. And the more you play, the more free you'll become about the way you arrange the stuff. Sometimes we tend to overthink it, but you just play and play with your small scraps and then just have a little fun session making all of these little fun little pieces that then you can use for decorating your gifts. I love these so much. So I'll have to show you how I did these. Since we're here, I'm gonna grab, this one looks like it needs, what can I use? What color? Oh, what color? I guess that one, no, not that color. So if you have string like this stuff, you can use, well, I'll use that one. This is just plain old string, baker's twine without anything on it. And what happens is the holes I punched are small on purpose because I don't like the big holes and I don't like to put eyelets through it and all that. So usually I just take a piece of tape, I stick it like this on the end, and then I just kind of do this, just so you can see my little tricks here. And I make a little pointy, like a needle, because that by itself, it just won't go through. I've tried. Drives me crazy. Plus, I'm getting older and I can't see anything. So I take it and I just run it through like with a needle, like a needle. Of course, it's not working today. Oh, there it is. Pull it through. And you want to start by feeding it from the inside and then coming, out the bag and then feeding it through this way. And then the final, you feed it through the last part. And you can make it as long, these as, long or as short as you want. I kind of just wing it. I don't know. I probably waste a lot of string because I wing it like that. But I just sort of pull it through and I just decide on the length of the handles. And then I give it a little extra because when I tie it off and push it in, it's going to shorten it. So I'm going to just tie that off and simple, easy, right? And then that little knot gets hidden. Nobody sees that. It's just not there. Doesn't matter. That's in there. And then I stuff that in like this. And I'm going to grab a piece of usagami because I want you to see it just in its beauty by itself. I think it's going to look really good because it's got it's got a nice warm color to it. And I'm just going to do it. Grab a piece. No, I think that's only one. Good. It's gorgeous. And of course, you want to wrap your treasure, whatever treasure you're going to give. I got to put something in there. I'm just going to put this in there for now. Let's pretend that's going to be a gift. And I'm just going to put it in like this. So you don't have to wrap anything fancy. Now you can decide if you want to do like a little scallopy thing, which I like to do. I take it and I kind of put it in the bag like this. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. I love that color. And then I'm just going to and I'm going to do like a little, kind of a fun little, I don't know, I just sort of tip it off a little. So I still want to have too much. A little something, some tape there. You can even make it wonky. You can do like, yeah, like that. Like, I love that. So there it is. There's our little total gift. Now I have to put a real present in there, but that's what I had. So there you go. Isn't that fun? I really had fun. I hope you did.
So cute. I think everyone's feeling super inspired. We already have a couple people saying they're going to be making things over the weekend. So
Oh,
definitely gave people a lot of good ideas. And I like how like sparkly and pretty everything is. Just
yes. And it just gives that, there's some color combinations you can try. You don't have to do your typical red, green, and blue, just kind of go crazy. Like this one I thought was really interesting because it was an old paper that I had done a couple years ago. And so I found another piece that I had done and I just kind of put it together and finished it up with this. And I love this. My cat's gonna love the present that's inside, but I like to look at it under the tree until he tears it apart on Wednesday morning. So that's it. I hope that everyone has a wonderful holiday and whatever you celebrate. And of course, we will be getting together next year sometime. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am halfway through. I'm going to just say hello for a second. I'm halfway through chemo and I've done really well and I'm going to get through it. And I'm so glad that you have all been such a good support. And, I'll get through this and just wanted to wish everybody a happy new year and a very safe and healthy 2025. And Phoebe, anything that you want to add?
Wishing everyone a happy holiday season and happy new year too, because I guess when we do see you, it'll already be past the new year. And thank you so much, Karen. Always, we always say it, but from me and from everybody who's watching, just the biggest thank you. You always bring so much joy and like creativity, and it's so fun to watch you, even if we're not even making everything that you do. It's such a good time.
I'm so glad. So everybody, these bags, if you want to make some, it's not hard. Enjoy making these bags. Enjoy doing anything, some of the watercolors, whatever you do, have a creative and fun time. I mean, that's what this is, you bring yourself joy, right?
Yeah, and I am gonna speak for Evelyn too, because she wrote a comment asking about maybe demoing that bow another time, because I am very impressed that you made that bow
Okay,
also.
so I'm going to show you because I'm going to talk about it now, if you don't mind, since it's
Oh yeah.
fresh in my memory. So here's what you do. You cut three strips 9 inches by 1 inch, three strips 8 inch by 1 inch, one strip 4 inches by 1 inch. Don't ask me how I remember that, but I
Actually,
do.
could you maybe I'll type that out in that pinned comment because that was amazing how you just rattled that off. But I need
Yeah.
to just my thing real quick. All
I
right,
mean,
I'm
I can
ready.
show you. I can do quick. You know what? We have a couple minutes, so I could do it. Do you want me to do it?
I'm down. I think that sounds great. And if anybody can't stick around, there is the recording. So let's do
Okay.
it.
All right, so let's do it. I'm going to show you how I did this. I'm going to do it out of, I don't know, what can I do? If I did it out of just plain old origami paper, and I could do, this is 6 inches, but I'm going to tell you, you want it to be 9 inches, 8 inches, and 4. But I'm going to do it this way because it's just quicker, and I'm going to make it smaller. No, I can't do it that way. I have to do the real thing. Okay, so let me grab a piece of scrapbook paper. Sorry, I don't want to ruin my beautiful, oh, here we go. I'm gonna grab just some fun papers that you can see, that you'll be able to see. Now this, I'm gonna tell you, this is not the most perfect. Um, let's see, find something in here that would be fun. I just found a little thing of scrapbook paper that made my archives, and I'm just gonna grab a real quick, this one, I'll just use this one because it's not a holiday, but it certainly make it that way. All right, so this is a 12-inch piece. I'm gonna cut off 9 inches. I'm gonna make it 9 inches right now. Scooch all this over. Okay, so here's how you do it. Easy too, it's really easy. So you make 9 inches here. I'm gonna make 3 strips that are 1 inch wide. So I'm gonna do this, move that out of the way. I don't need that anymore. All right, well I do, but okay, 1 inch. All right, so 1, 2. Make sure they're even, otherwise, well, it doesn't come out as nice, but and it's just so much fun. And you can do this with metallic paper or whatever you've got. I mean, just have fun with it. Even wrapping, gift wrap that matches your gift wrap. That'd be really fun. There's two, and then there's three. Just to make sure it's lined up, and then wham, do it. Okay, and now I'm gonna have to cut off an inch. I want to make this an 8 inch a piece, so I'm gonna cut an inch off, which I could have just done. I don't know why I didn't do it that way, but this is not the sturdiest, it's not the sturdiest paper cutter. I think I got it on Amazon. It's not, I don't know, it's some off-brand. That's it. That's all. I'm gonna cut that off. Now I have an 8 inch piece, so I'm gonna go 1 inch, three of those. Three 1 inch pieces. Okay, this is so easy. And what you need is you need to grab some regular tape, like, just regular old Scotch tape. And that's all you need. And double stick tape, maybe, yeah. I think you would also either want double stick tape or you can use a stapler. So there's three. Now the last piece is this is 1 inch wide, so I'm gonna just do this. At 4 inches, I'm gonna cut 4 inches. I think that's 4 inches. Close anyway, it doesn't have to be exact. But yeah, 4 inches is right there. I'm gonna cut that off. That's all you need. Just make those. And then the next thing, you start with your base, your largest piece first. There's 4 inches. Okay, 3 inch. We'll do the 9 inch ones first. All right. And what you do is you want to get some Scotch tape, and I'm going to grab this ancient, you're going to love this. Oh, this beast of a tape thing. And you're going to take it and you're going to you're going to fold it in half. This is kind of origami. You're going to fold your little pieces in half like this. Okay. And fold all of them. You can fold them all. Let's just do that. You want to fold all of them in half, except for the 4 inch piece. I found this on a Times article. And you want to make sure they're separate, though. You want your 8 inch and your 9 inch ones to be separate. And then we're going to go fold that in half and then fold that in half. So we've got those elements right there. And then what you do is you're going to take your longer pieces first, start, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do this. So you're going to take this, unfold it, and you're going to make a little over or under kind of loopy thing like this. And I'm just going to use that center as my pivot point, or the place that I'm going to leave a little bit out. That doesn't matter. I can trim that, but I want this little point to come to the center of my center crease. You can see that, I hope. And then I'm just going to use a little tiny bit of tape. If you want to be really fussy, you can use glue, I guess. I'm just going to go quick here. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go, except I'm going to meet it right to the center, just like the other one, like that. Okay? Just to match. You want them to match. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this on all of the pieces. I'm going to set that down like this. I'm going to set it like that. Oops. I'll do this one here. All right, here we go. And you want the same exact, you want it to go, start from your left and go under like that. You want it to be consistent no matter wherever you start. So there's that one. And I'm just going to take my little tape. Yeah, glue would probably be cleaner and look nicer, but I want to go quick. So then I'm going to just do this. Same thing. And oops, nope. See what I just did is I didn't do it right. I kind of messed it up, so I'm going to change that because I just don't want it to look awful. So I'm going to just there. I want it to be pointy. I want those little tips to be kind of pointy. So it's important to make sure your tips are fairly pointy. See, see what I'm doing? I'm laying it like that. And then I'm also going to do just the same move. It's almost like a repeat. And you can, I mean, this is time consuming, but you can make really gorgeous gifts and you're saving the planet, right? You're not buying all these ribbon bows that just get lost in the landfills. These will probably do better. Okay, keep going like that. It's going to get it to a point. Try to get that to that point. And you can rotate the paper to make that point happen. Kind of looks like a pointy shoe. Now, this is my first thing. I'm going to take these and I'm going to double stick tape. No, I'm going to staple just to make it quick. I'm going to take these and I'm going to just take all of these and kind of line them up so that they're kind of evenly spaced as much as I can. That's as good as it's going to get, I think, right? I think I'm just going to go in there and staple it because I'm lazy. There. You should glue that or you can double stick tape it. It's not perfect, but there it is. Actually, it looks like I can move it around. That's cool. The staple allows me to move it, which is I couldn't do with the tape. Now I'm going to do the same thing with these, the little 8-inch ones. Same move. Don't change your move. Of course, I'm trying to. Okay, just do your thing. Exactly the same thing. You're just going to make that little point and do your thing like that. And again, I hope everybody's with me. Or if you're, I hope that because I think you'll like it at the end. It's a little wonky, this one will be, but that's because I'm going kind of fast. I want you to just see the process. It's really not hard. Just takes a little patience. And maybe if I were to use something other than this clear tape, it would look better. Maybe some non-shiny tape. Maybe that matte tape with satin would look better. This happens to be what I have. Okay, so there's my second one, and then here's my third. And this is how it's going to come together so fast. I'm glad you asked, whoever asked about this, because I was intending to at least share it in some way, and I might as well share it while it's fresh in my mind. Because my brain has been like a sieve lately. Okay, so, and you know what? I'll tell you, origami, paper folding, crafting, painting is so good for your brain. It really is. Okay, there we go. Same thing. I'm going to take those, line them up kind of like this, and I'm going to staple that together. Oops. Can I get in there? Come on, go in there. Just get in there. Okay. Now I'm going to take these and I'm going to lay them like this. Oh, isn't that cute? And now I don't have, that stapler is not going to work. So I'm going to just use some double stick, but you can use glue if you want to be really better than that. I'm going to just kind of line it up so that these little points kind of go in between the points of the other. And this whole thing moves around, which is kind of cool. I'm just going to kind of move it around so that they're in between points. Well, that one's not working. Oh, it's because this one rotated. But you get the idea, right? I'm hoping. Okay. All right. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm just going to throw it in there. Okay. Last step is to take this little piece. I'm going to be really lazy. I'm going to staple it right now. And then I'm going to double stick tape to the center and we are good to go. So that is how easy that is. Isn't that the cool? So there you go. Demo done. Everybody with me? Or did everybody leave?
No, there's still a bunch of people on. That looks really good. And Kathy said once you break it down, it's pretty easy. I would agree. I had no idea that people could actually fold those bows.
I know, isn't that crazy? And they're really cute. And you know how the ones you get at the store are all smashed? At least I've always got the cheap ones that come in a bag, they're all smashed. These are just beautiful. And then you can just let them go, and you can, they're not plastic, they're made out of paper and they're so pretty. And I think that one's even pretty for a gift for some other time, but with some natural jute or something like that. Or if I wanted to make it Christmassy or sparkly, I can add some of that glue, the sparkle glue, and make it sparkly. Why not? So there we go. That was fun. Thanks for asking me to do that.
Amazing. Oh, well, thank you so much again, Karen, for like just whipping that out last minute.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was perfect.
I swear I love just doing this is what floats my boat, everybody. I mean, I hope you know that. This is not work at all. This is too much fun. Don't, no, Phoebe, you're not supposed to know that, right? It's just
Yeah.
too fun. And I wanted to share with you because I know I put it on I put it on Instagram. But see this little box made out of our paper? It's a cute little Santa box. I was going to do a video, but I just didn't have the time or energy to do it. But I wanted to share with you the place to go to get the video or the uh, tutorial. And I love it this is using our pure paper, the green. This is using our red. For the Santa face, I used red. So it's 3 sheets. And this is the kaleidoscope paper. I think it looks really cute. And it's a nice little box for candy or whatever, a place for a table. Anyway, it's origamiclub.com. And if you can get the Japanese or the English version, and then you just look in their Christmas section, and then you'll see the Santa box. And I just wanted to share that because I know I showed it at one point. So
Awesome. I'm gonna try and find that. I didn't find it yet, but I will try and find that link and share it with everybody.
very cool. And then this little guy is also on Origami Club. So if you go to origamiclub.com, go to their Christmas, it's easy to find, even if you can't find it, Phoebe, it's easy to find on the internet. And then you just look in their Christmas thing. They have all kinds of little fun Christmas, origami stuff, but I just love this one. I love the box and I love this little Santa because they make adorable gift tags. And I wanted to show one last thing. So I didn't, but if you are into furokashi, how do you say it? Furoshiki? I
Pretty
did
good.
a
That's all
that
right. Toshiki.
now this is a cloth, and if you don't want to do paper, you can just make it holiday. So this was a cloth that Phoebe sent me actually. Remember this? Um, I got this and I loved it, and I wrapped my another cat toy in it. Don't tell Jude, but I wrapped it, but it wasn't very holiday until I stuck the Santa Claus on it, and now I have a gift tag with a Santa on it. And you know what's crazy about this? Something that I didn't know, but I went on Amazon and Hallmark makes a furoshiki. Look at that. Hallmark makes this gorgeous winter one, and I just got this today. That now I have a gift wrap that I can use over and over every year, and I won't be wasting paper, and I can just add a little snowflake gift tag. And that's kind of why I made those snowflakes, is that I could wrap a gift and then stick the snowflake gift tag on it. Isn't that fun? So yeah, Amazon.com, Hallmark fabric gift wrap. That's what it was called. So there, I think I've given it all. I didn't miss anything.
No, definitely gave everything people expected and more.
I
So
wanted to make sure because I would have went, oh no, I didn't show that. And I wanted to make sure you guys did. So we are now way over our time. Well, no, this is about the time we started, right? Took us a while to
yeah.
get started. So anyway, it was fun. So everybody, we'll see you next year.
Yes, thank you so much, Karen. I'm just dropping into the pinned comment, everybody. Just the links that Karen mentioned for the Origami Club models are there. And I'm also just dropping in the one to the Hallmark Furoshiki. So it'll all be there. And then the recording for this will go up on Facebook in a couple minutes. And then after that, I'll try to get the recording up on YouTube sometime next week. So
Sounds
that's all I have. Thank you everybody for
sounds
joining.
good. See you soon. See you next
All right,
year.
see you next year. Bye.